I knew something was wrong the moment her friends laughed. Not the casual, tipsy kind of laughter you hear over wine and pasta, but the sharp, cutting type that slices through a man's pride like glass. "Come on, Emily," her friend Lauren said, swirling her wine. "You could have done better. I mean, no offense, Daniel, but you're practical." The table erupted in another round of laughter. Even my wife tried to suppress a smile, but I caught it, that tiny, humiliating twitch of her lips that said she wasn't really on my side. I smiled anyway. That's what you do when you've been insulted in front of the woman you love. You pretend you didn't hear it. You pretend your heart didn't just fracture quietly behind your ribs. But the truth is, I did hear it. And I've been hearing it for months. Emily and I had been married for 6 years. When we met, I was a mechanic running a small garage out of my late father's workshop. She was in marketing, polished, educated, social. The type of woman who lit up every room she entered. At first, she said she loved that I worked with my hands, that I could fix things instead of just talking about them. "You're real," she used to tell me. "Everyone I meet in my world is fake." But over time, real stopped being a compliment. She started calling my clothes basic. She'd make little comments when I came home smelling like oil or grease. And her friends, her friends, they made sure I knew I didn't fit. They'd talk about Bali trips, designer bags, brunches, and business class flights. And then they'd look at me with polite smiles, like I was a waiter who'd accidentally sat at their table. Still, I stayed quiet. I thought love was enough. Until that dinner. We were celebrating Lauren's promotion. The restaurant was the kind of place where the plates looked like artwork and the portions could fit in the palm of your hand. I hadn't wanted to go, but Emily insisted. "Just be yourself," she said while fixing her hair in the mirror. "Don't try to impress them." That stung more than she probably meant it to. When the bill finally came, Lauren made a show of pretending to grab it. "Oh, I guess it's on me since I'm the one who actually got promoted," she laughed. Then she glanced at Emily. "Unless your husband here wants to treat us?" The table went silent for a second, just long enough for the insult to land. Emily's friend Megan added, "Don't worry, Lauren, let him save for something more practical. Maybe a new wrench set." The laughter that followed felt endless. Emily didn't defend me. She didn't even look at me. That was when I made my decision. I pulled out the black company card from my wallet, the one with no name on it, just the embossed logo of the company I'd built quietly over the past 3 years. "Actually," I said calmly, sliding the card across the table, "let me handle it." Lauren blinked. "Oh, Daniel, that's sweet, but—" "It's fine," I said, smiling just enough to look composed. "The company's paying." The waiter took the card without hesitation, and for the first time all night, everyone shut up. Emily's head snapped toward me. "Company?" she repeated softly, but I didn't answer. When the receipt came back approved, I signed it and pushed my chair back. "Congratulations again, Lauren," I said, standing. "Dinner's on the broke guy." We didn't speak the entire drive home. The silence was heavy, almost physical. When we pulled into the driveway, Emily finally said, "What was that supposed to prove?" "Maybe," I said quietly, "that I'm not the man your friends think I am." She scoffed. "You embarrassed me." I turned to her. "No, Emily. You embarrassed me. You've been doing it for months." She crossed her arms, staring out the window. "You're overreacting." That word, overreacting, lit something in me. I'd spent too long swallowing my pride to keep the peace. I got out of the car and went straight into my office. She followed. "Daniel," she said, her voice sharp, "what's this company card nonsense?" I looked her dead in the eyes. The garage has been doing more than fixing cars. 2 years ago, I partnered with a local logistics firm. We handle all their fleet maintenance now. Then they asked if I could expand. So I built a team, hired staff, opened 2 more branches. She blinked. You never told me that." "You never asked," I said. Her lips parted, but no words came out. For the first time I saw confusion in her face, maybe even guilt. But that lasted all of 5 seconds before her expression hardened again. "So what? You think money suddenly makes you better?" she said. "This isn't about the money, Daniel. It's about how you make people feel." I laughed bitterly. "You mean how I make your friends feel?" She didn't deny it. The next few weeks were a blur of tension and avoidance. She went out more often, girls' nights, work dinners, late campaigns. I didn't ask questions at first, but something in my gut twisted every time she left. Then one night, I got a text from my assistant. "Hey, I saw Emily at the rooftop bar downtown with a guy. Looked cozy. Sorry if I'm overstepping." My first instinct was to deny it. Emily wouldn't. She couldn't. But a few hours later, when she came home smelling like cologne that wasn't mine, I didn't need confirmation. A few days later, I drove to that same rooftop bar. Not to confront her, just to see for myself. From the parking lot, I could see her through the glass railing. She was laughing, that same bright, dazzling laugh I used to fall in love with. But this time it wasn't for me. The man across from her leaned in, brushing a strand of hair from her face. She didn't pull away. Something inside me shattered quietly, like ice breaking under pressure. I sat in my car for a long time, staring at the city lights, trying to feel angry, but all I felt was empty. That night when she came home, I was waiting in the kitchen. "How was work?" I asked. She froze. "Fine. Long day." I smiled faintly. "At the rooftop bar?" Her eyes widened. For a moment she looked guilty, then defensive. "You followed me?" "No," I said evenly. "Someone else did. Small world." She sighed, rubbing her temples. "Daniel, it's not what you think." "Then tell me what it is," I said. "Tell me why the woman who used to hold my hand now flinches when I touch her. Why the woman who used to call me her anchor now treats me like an anchor dragging her down." Her lips trembled, but she stayed silent. Finally she whispered, "I don't know when we stopped being us." I swallowed hard. "We didn't stop. You did." The next morning I left before she woke. I went to the office and spent the day signing over ownership of the company, to myself, legally separating it from any marital claim. Not out of spite. Out of survival. When I got home that night, she was gone. A note sat on the kitchen counter. "I'm sorry. Maybe we both deserve something different." I read it twice, then folded it neatly and tucked it into my wallet, right next to that black company card. Months later, people still ask if I'd take her back. I tell them no, not because I hate her, but because I finally learned something important. Love without respect isn't love. It's dependency. And the moment she let her friends laugh at me, she didn't just lose respect for me. She lost me. Still, every time I drive past that restaurant, I can hear the echo of her laughter. And I remind myself, sometimes the best revenge isn't proving them wrong. It's walking away knowing you were right all along.